Hello there, everyone, boys and girls, men and women of all ages. This is your old friend, Commodore Urban. Sorry, I've been getting over the flu, so I think I'm almost on the full mend now. And today we're going to be talking about. I'm going to be doing a book review with you guys. I'm going to review this book. You're probably wondering, what is this book? It doesn't say. Well, it does on this, but I'm going to show you. If you guys are big ship geeks like I am, you guys love ocean liners, and you guys read everything you get your hands on about ocean liners, and the whole 9 yards, well, then you probably have heard of the legendary maritime historian and author, the late great Frank Osborne Braynard, or Franco Braynard for short. Well, this is actually his very first book. The very first book he ever published. Yes. And I'm talking about Lives of the Liners, with illustrations by the author. Published by the Cornell Maritime Press, New York, 1947. Now this book here, as it's called, Lives of the Liners, that's the title of the book. I'll read a little description here of it right here. It says, Lives of the Liners, written and illustrated by Franco Braynard. Lives of the Liners is a personalized and animated story of the world's great ocean liners. Treated by biography, virtually all the large passenger steamers of the last 2 decades are covered, as well as many of the smaller ones. A new approach to an old trade, Lives of the Liners presents vivid and intimate portraits of these ships in peace and war. The book is divided into 4 parts as follows. Part 1 is about superliners. That would include the Old Mauretania, Leviathan, Rex, Europa, Normandy, Conte di Savoia, the Queens Mary and Elizabeth, and others. Part 2 covers your express liners, the ships that are superliners in size, but of secondary rank and speed. The New Mauretania, the Staten Dam, Roma, and the others. Part 3 is the mail liners of the world. The ships which make up this large group, is passenger vessels in operation. And Part 4 is the smaller ships. This section covers ships of many types, including the mercy ships, the cruise ships of all nations, and the skimming dish saucers. The most unusual group of ships which had ever taken to the sea. Now, like they said, this book is written in is a personalized view of the great ships of the world. Well, I'll read a little bit of this. I'll read some of this introduction to you guys, and you can see what I mean by, a lot of people consider ships to be living, and where a lot of my ideas, where I thought of ships being like people, being, alive, like, we are, humanized, I got from reading Frank's books. And I'll tell you right here, right now, ships possess an individuality more evident and real than any other vehicle of transport, more perhaps than any man-made object, more so than bridges, hotels, railroads, automobiles, airplanes, or buses. Ships take on almost human qualities. And then there's a little bit here talking about, laying the keels and stuff, but we'll skip over that and go to this next paragraph. Like people, no 2 ships are alike. Identical lines on the molding loft floor, identical component parts, or identical engines never produce identical ships. Like men, ships move from one service to another, often having many different employers. Although the life expectancy of ships can be gauged with some accuracy by maritime insurance companies, sudden death is not unknown at sea. War and its cataclysm effect on men and ships is no respecter of lines or beauty. And it says here, this volume represents an attempt to record the adventures in war and peace of some of the world's outstanding liners. The book began as a series of sketches done for Commander Wendell Phillips Dodge, editor of the Marine News, with these pen and ink drawings published in 1945, went brief captions describing the various liners illustrated. In reality, therefore, this work is an enlargement of those captions into chapters. Needless to say, many new sketches had been made. And it says here he broke it up into stories, the 5 classifications of vessels which had been chosen as the skeleton to hang the stories in the book, Lives of the Liners. Sorry, guys. Superliner, express liner, mail liner, medium liner, and an epilogue, which is devoted to small liners. So, and right here it says, the biographies of these liners are particularly significant today in that they are, though by most authorities to be like the 60s and 70s story skyscrapers in New York, relics of an already dead era. So, and basically he just talks about, the different categories that he's made and stuff, and then here we go. And like I said, the book is broke down in 5 sections: super liners, express liners, mail liners, medium liners, and your epilogue, which is your smaller liners. But you go through the book and stuff, and there's a lot of these really amazing pen and ink drawings. Like here's one there of the Queen Mary. That's a really cool picture. And he drew these. He drew these. And not just being a maritime historian and being an author, he's also an artist. He was also an artist. And it was some of his artwork and stuff I remember seeing as a kid, along with Ken Marshall's paintings, that really got me really interested in passenger ships. Just seeing some of the drawings and the artwork and stuff that was done of them, I'm thinking, wow, that's amazing. Like this drawing here of Leviathan, that's a really amazing drawing of the Leviathan. As she was known as, or the Big Levy. She was also known as the Big Levy too. I mean, there's just a lot of, like I said, a lot of great stories in there about the different ships of the world. Like here's another really cool drawing of the Rex. She was a really beautiful ship. Queen of the St. Lawrence River. That's about the Empress of Britain. That's another one of my favorites right there too. She's a beautiful ship too. Very beautiful ship. I mean, it's just, like I said, just an amazing book. Oh, there's another good picture of the France. That's another great ship. Another great ship. But like I said, the way he wrote this book, it's a biography. It's a whole bunch of mini biographies of all the great ships in the world, and he put them all into one book for for the reader's enjoyment. And along with that, like I said, illustrations of all the great ships, including the 2 British queens, the Mary and the Elizabeth, the Olympic, the Normandy, the Leviathan, the Bremen, the Europa, the Rex, the Conte de Savoy, the Aquitania, the Empress of Britain, Ile de France, Columbus, Mauritania, Statendam, Belgian land, New Amsterdam, Roma, America, George Washington, the Manhattan, the Georgia, Windsor Castle, the Orcades, the Champlain, the Dulio, the President Coolidge, the President Harrison, the Monterey, the Santa Clara, the Caledonia, the Rawalpindi, the Viceroy of India, Empress of Asia, Oslofield, Pinland, Zamzam, Excalibur, Aiken, Boston, and the Nashorn. And this book, even though this book's well over 70 some odd years old, it is a fantastic read. I mean, a very incredible, fantastic read. I absolutely just fucking enjoyed it. And that's why I want to give this book 5 out of 5. Because personally, this is just probably one of the best books I've read in a while about passenger liners, because it was more personalized, I think. And, you know, Franco Braynard, you know, the legendary Mr. Braynard, he's just such a great writer, because he really cared about the subject that he was talking about. He really cared about ships. He really loved ships, and that's what he devoted his life to, was, you know, ships in the sea. And he's wrote so many amazing books, and I had reviewed one a long time ago, The Big Ship, about the SS United States. And like I said, you know, this is just such an amazing book. A really incredible book. I hope you guys definitely need to get this book and read it. And if you enjoy it, write it down in the comment section. Let's start a conversation down there, guys. Let's talk about it. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. But so like I said, you know, I hope you guys enjoy the review. And if you're new to the channel and you like what I'm doing, turn on your notifications and hit the subscribe button and become part of the Commodore's crew. And yeah, I mean, until next time, you know, this is Commodore Urban saying have smooth seas and clear skies and happy sailing with you, and God bless you, and you have a good day now, alright? And you take care.